1.3K in a day. We built the Amazon store to start doing over $1,000 a day in under 75 days. Now I wanted to make this video to explain to you guys exactly how I did it, exactly how you can do it, and basically what it took to get here. So a lot of you guys might be more familiar with trading because that's what you know me for, but I've started to get heavily into e-com, more specifically Amazon FBA wholesale. Now I'll do a quick breakdown of what that is. It's basically buying everyday brand name products in bulk that you know of, like Clorox, Lysol, Dove, so on and so forth, buying them in bulk and selling them on Amazon for a profit. Usually when you're doing wholesale, you're buying so many units. You'll see other people talk about things like online arbitrage or RA, which is retail arbitrage, but me specifically and personally, I like wholesale the most, and also private label. Hopefully I'll get into that in the future, but for now I'm solely focused on wholesale. So what has it taken to get to this point? In under 75 days, scaling to 1K a day, and honestly pretty soon, if this FBA inventory checks in, because this is literally without the FBA inventory that I just sent in checking in, we will be at 2 to 3K a day consistently. Now the goal is to get to 100K per month. So if we're at 3.3K in revenue a day, then we'll be hitting that 100K a month in revenue mark. But honestly, I see us scaling way further than 100K a month with this business model. I see us at least getting to, hopefully by, mid next year, we're at least 300K a month consistently in revenue. Now, let's just get into what it took. So what it took is finding the right suppliers and distributors, not just looking at suppliers and distributors online, but actually diving deep into them. Someone asked me this morning, what advice would you give me because I'm getting started into wholesale? So what should I do? And what I basically said is put in as many reps as possible and look for as many suppliers / distributors as possible. But what the key thing that you have to realize, and this is a gem right here, is that all of the suppliers are generally gonna kind of look the same depending on what niche, whatever that is, whatever category they're selling the most in. What you have to do is actually dive deep. Usually when you look at a supplier's lead list or like all the products that they have in their catalog, not lead list, catalog, what you're gonna see is that most of the products aren't instantly gonna be profitable. That doesn't mean that it's a bad supplier. Sometimes those are the best suppliers. One of the suppliers that I'm working with now, I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't think that they were a good supplier. Like I wasn't gonna even take the time out of my day to go through their catalog and be like, oh, okay, let me place an order, let me contact them, let me see. But to be completely honest, that exact supplier is literally like most of my business right now. Best supplier I've had yet. Super easy to work with, getting me access to products that not everyone can get access to. I've already built such a strong relationship with my salesperson that I could literally just call them up and say, hey, XYZ brand is a great brand. I could place an order with you guys for this many units. Even if they don't have an account open with that certain brand yet, they'll make the effort for me to basically try to open that account just solely off the fact that I'm asking them to do that. Now that's not easy to do. What that took is me spending a lot of money with them, me placing orders. As you guys have seen, I posted my Amex Plum card. I spent around 17K just on that one card alone. I have tons of different cards just on that one card alone. Now that's throughout all different POs. Like I have other cards, I place POs consistently with different cards, everything like that. But what you guys have to realize is that I had to put the upfront risk up of investing all of this capital and basically taking on the risk without necessarily knowing for 100% guaranteed fact that I'm gonna make all the money back. That's what you guys have to realize. In business, it's not all about guarantees. What it's about is being willing to take the risk, take that step forward, and see what you'll get from it. Because if you were to tell me, oh, if you take this risk, you'll be doing these numbers, the numbers that I just showed you. Yesterday we did like $1,300 in a day. If you told me that before I took the risk, when I was like, should I take the risk or not, which I never really felt like that. I was always confident in it, and just, I'm the type of person who's like, okay, get it done quickly, figure it out, push forward. But for most people, you're probably like, should I do it? Should I take the risk? Should I invest in myself? Should I buy this inventory? And for people who are like that, what I would tell you is, if you were literally basically told that, okay, if you invest and take this many risks and do all this, that you're gonna have 1.3K days, a lot of you would be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. But you want the guarantees. You're not gonna get the guarantees. That's what you guys need to understand. You're not gonna get the guarantees in trading, not gonna get the guarantees in e-com, not gonna get the guarantees in content. Everything is based off what you're willing to risk. The more risk you're willing to take, that's everything. That's how I got here. That's how I'm continuing to go forward. It's just more risk, being willing to take on more risk. And scaling in business is being able to literally take on more risk in regards to capital. That's how this all works, and that's what you have to realize if you want to be successful. So it took upfront risk. It took a lot of hard work, prepping all the units by myself, doing all the work by myself, doing all the product research by myself, reaching out to the suppliers by myself, negotiating pricing by myself, figuring out which leads are good, what leads aren't good, basically doing all of the heavy lifting, all the repricing, doing everything, wearing all the hats myself. I have no employees. I'm doing it all by myself. So packing the orders, making the labels, everything like that. That's what it is. That's what the reality of building something from the ground up is, and that's what I'm documenting for you guys. So if I were to tell you, if I could help you get from 0 to 1K a day in under 75 days, under 3 months, what would that do for your life? If just like that, you could have the choice to say yes or no. Now, that's what it is. You guys have to be willing to take the risk, willing to basically say, okay, I'm gonna go all in. That's what I had to do. That's what I told myself. I seen the opportunity and I told myself, okay, all in, that's it. We're in this, no going back. And that was basically it. Now, the numbers that I'm at right now, even when I show you guys 1.3K in a day, tell you guys that I'm gonna be at 2 to 3K a day, yeah, if you were to tell me that a while back, I would be like, wow, that's actually like crazy numbers, which I've already done days like that before when I used to do Amazon a while ago. But this is a completely different model, and that's why it's so much different, because the scalability is literally there. So yeah, if you were to tell me that, I would be like, wow, those numbers are great, you know, great numbers. But now it's just like, I've built such strong connections, such strong and big opportunities with all these different suppliers that I have. That's literally the key to this. And all I could see is, if I just have more risk that I'm able to take, if I have more capital that I'm able to invest, if I have more hands on the team working with me, I could get to huge numbers, like literally, like not, like it might sound weird, but like within 30 days even. And it's not some overnight success where it's like, oh, this business instantly took off. What Amazon wholesale is just a ton of upfront work, and then you reap all the benefits later on. One supplier, 2 suppliers, 3 suppliers can make you 500K a month in revenue, literally. You just have to find the right suppliers, and that's the position I'm in. I already have the right suppliers. All I have to do is continue to leverage the relationship, continue to push forward, continue to reinvest everything in the business. Before you know it, I'm gonna be making a video like this, doing 10K a day. I literally told you guys on my Instagram when I was literally barely doing any revenue. I was like, once you guys see, it's gonna be quick. And literally we went from $300 days, $500 days, boom, 1K, boom, 1.3K. Next it's gonna be boom, 2K, boom, 3K, boom, even more. That's just how it works. That's how the game works. Tons of upfront work in order to get the results later on. If you tell me 75 days, under 75 days is what it's gonna take of hard work and focus, anybody would take that in an instant. So you guys have to do the footwork. No, I don't teach Amazon. No, I'm not gonna teach it anytime soon because I'm focused on scaling the actual business itself and I see the opportunity in it. I'm not gonna sell you guys a course or anything like that because I'm not even as experienced as I want to be yet. So that's what it takes, guys. Tons of upfront work, taking a lot of risks, being willing to sacrifice time, being willing to go all in. And that's how I was able to go from 0 to 1K a day in under 75 days. You can do it too. The numbers aren't even that crazy, but you guys will see as I continue to document this journey at what is possible. That's the only thing I'm trying to do. That's the only reason I started this whole journey from 0 to show you guys the actual reality of it. There's gonna be slow days. There's gonna be boring days. This is what business is. Bye.